Hey, welcome back to Anxiety Makes Me Poop. I probably sound super weird because I have headphones on in a hotel room getting ready to go travel again. But I wanted to connect on here because it's been a few days since we chatted, and sadly, Cass didn't travel with me. Look, I'm yawning. Oh my gosh, I never sleep well in hotel rooms. But listen, it's been a week. So it's Thursday. It has been a week. Probably one of the toughest weeks that I've had in a really long time, work related wise, not personal. Personal's been fabulous. As a matter of fact, before we start, I just finished the second edition of my book, and I am really excited to get it published. I am waiting for approvals, and it should be in the next 24 hours. So it's called My Uterus Farewell Tour, and it's from adenomyosis to hysterectomy and healing. And the Kindle is out there, and then I redid the book. I didn't even check in with my editor. Sorry, JP. He helped me edit the first version, and then I wrote a second edition, and instead of painting him with reading through it again, I just did it myself. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, the Kindle is out there and the second edition is out there. So if you have like Kindle, whatever it's called, Kindle Free or Kindle, I have no idea. I don't have a Kindle. Go get the new version because there's more emotion, there's more content. I had some people read my book, the test, I'll call it the test book, and they said, I know what you went through, and I don't think there's enough emotion in this book. And so that's why there's a second edition. So the paperback is in review right now. It should be out in the next 24 hours. I'm going to get some copies. And the ebook is already out. You can find it under Amazon, actually anywhere. People grab it and they sell it everywhere. So Goodreads, I believe, it might already have some reviews, some good reviews. So let me know what you think. Send me a message. anxietymakesmepoop@gmail.com. Anyways, back to the show. Today's episode is about never trust the first mile. If you're a runner, and I barely call myself a runner right now because I'm still, just can't. 8 miles is a lot for me, and that's silly because I used to run a lot more than that every day. Or even if you're just a person who's ever tried to do anything hard, this episode might be for you, okay? Let's talk about the first mile. It's the part where your legs feel heavy. Maybe your breathing's off. Everything in your body's like, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Why are we doing this again? It doesn't matter how many times you've ran before. That first mile always feels terrible, or at least to me. So now some people are fantastic. They can take off and go, go, go. Me, the first mile, I'm like, it's life choices. Like, what am I doing? And then, when I was an ultra runner, I learned this the hard way. Like, the first mile always lies to you. I shouldn't say was. I still want to be. So I'm trying to get back into that. Speaking of, that first mile tries to convince you that this is how the whole run is going to feel. That it's going to suck the entire time. That you're tired, you're slower, or it feels like you're running really fast, then you go and look and you're not. Or it feels like you're running really slow, but you're actually kind of faster than normal, and you're like, what the heck is happening? Maybe you're even thinking you shouldn't have even tried today. How many times have you gone to go do something and you're like, nope, reverse? Yeah, I've done that a couple times. So I've been running for, 10 years or so, and there has been probably not a handful, but close to it, where I started going off and I started running, and I was like, you know what? Not today. But if you keep going, if you settle in, your body eventually warms up most of the time. Your brain chills out most of the time. Your breath finds rhythm. Okay, suddenly you're just moving. It's not so bad. Maybe if you're running with someone, you're just chatting and all of a sudden 2 miles go by and you're like, oh, wait, that wasn't so bad. And sometimes it's kind of amazing, okay? Here's where we're going to connect it with anxiety. So think about any big decision that you've made. You started a new job, or you have to make a decision at work, or you have to make a decision in relationships, or you have to make a decision in life, saying yes to something scary, trying to heal. Oh, hearing those words. And then you're like, okay, well, let's get going on this. Leaving something toxic, maybe. Even just getting out of bed on a rough day, right? You're not feeling great and you're like, oh man, I really don't want to do this. I would rather watch one more show on Netflix. But you go and do it. Maybe you have to speak in front of a whole bunch of people. Maybe you have to talk to someone about their performance. Maybe you have to talk to your spouse about something. Maybe you have a doctor's appointment. Maybe you just have to go run, right? That first mile of anything, or the first few hours or the first few minutes, the first steps can feel awful. And we know it. Our anxious brains, they love to take that discomfort and say, see, told you this was a mistake, or you're not cut out for this, or turn around, go back, because they're not familiar. But it's a lie. I'm here to tell you that it's a lie. Just like with running, the beginning is the worst part. It's uncomfortable because it's new. It's painful because it's unfamiliar. It's draining because you haven't hit your rhythm yet. But if you can just ride out that first mile, emotionally, mentally, physically, you start to remember that you're stronger than you think at that moment. That you've done hard things before, right? We all have. I feel like we all have. All of us can say, if you look back and say, oh yeah, that was a really hard time, right? But when you first started getting into it, the stomach aches, the headaches, you're like, oh man, can't sleep. Your brain doesn't get the final say, okay? Let's just say that. It may be telling you on that first mile or when you step into that meeting that it's like, you should not even be here. You don't, your brain almost like doesn't believe in you, but you got to rewire your brain. I remember a run that I did, literally. I told myself to quit in 30 seconds in. I had a headache. I was tired. I just felt like toxic. I can't even explain it any more different. My legs felt stubborn. At mile 2, I felt completely different. So that is the same in life. Now, even if you've never ran before, starting a podcast, maybe writing a journal, writing in your journal, right? Or maybe going on a diet, or maybe starting something, anything new. You second guess yourself every step of the way until you just get into the rhythm. So what if you didn't listen? What if you just kept pushing through? You're telling yourself, what if they think I'm annoying? I don't like my voice. But guess what? 30,000 of you don't care and listen to these episodes all the time right now. So sorry about my voice, but I'm going to keep talking because I feel like what I have to say is great. Keep going. Here we are. Thousands of you listening in every week, laughing with me, maybe crying with me, pooping with me. No, not with. Let's not do that. That's weird. I'm so glad that I didn't let the first mile stop me. Okay, so of course we're going to have, what do we do when we're in that first mile headspace, we'll call it, when you're just like, lower the stakes. Okay, so you're going out for 10 miles. Tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to get through this first mile and I'm going to do 5 today instead. You don't have to expect greatness. You don't have to expect to finish it entirely. You're allowed to shorten it. But give yourself permission to start it messy. Let it be messy. Take a walk, take a breath. If you're listening to music while you're running, switch the music. Maybe that's just it's not a vibe. Maybe walk into the room, say hello to everyone, walk out for a minute to take a deep breath, then walk back in and do your meeting, start your meeting. You could start off messy. Don't expect greatness. Lower your stakes a little bit, and that's okay. If you have to get on a phone call, stand up, walk around the room, sit back down, and then dial in. So you're 15 seconds late into it. Even if you're leading it, no one's going to care. Because you know what you have to say is probably amazing. Well, it is amazing, or else you wouldn't be leading it, right? Don't make big decisions too early. Just like I don't quit running on the first mile. I don't. Well, I might walk a little bit because I'm just like, whew, this humidity, but don't quit. Keep moving forward. Don't U-turn it. Don't let yourself cancel things when you're anxious or when your anxiety is the loudest. Don't do it. Don't make big decisions too early. Maybe you start a meeting and you're realizing it's not going the way it's planned. Take a breath, look down at your notes, and think to yourself, how can I pivot this? Okay, this is not the way I wanted it to go. Have a backup plan. Focus on the rhythm, not the results, whether it's running or healing or writing or relationships, we could just keep going, or there's a whole bunch of stuff. Find a pace that feels manageable and stay there for a bit. Just stay there. Hey, this feels good. I'm going to stay here. Yeah, I have a wonderful, amazing running friend. She's been with me through this whole recovery of my hysterectomy, and she's been very patient with me because I have had some stress and I've had some recovery, and if I have to walk, she walks with me. It's amazing. And sometimes I say, you know what, I have to do this pace for a little bit. But then guess what? Towards the end of our run, I got it. My pace is back. Then we're pushing through those last couple miles. It's amazing. But you know what? I just tell her, hey, my heart rate's high. It's from the humidity. Or this pace is way better. She's faster than me. She's way stronger than me right now. It's incredible. It's incredible. But, I try to keep up with her. But sometimes I have to say, hey, can we just run this pace, this mile? Because it's too hard. But then guess what? Right after that, I'm like, oh, I can step it up a little bit. My body gets used to it. And I tell her what's manageable for me at that time. And she has been very patient and says, absolutely. So amazing. Maybe find someone that you can talk to about that. Like, here is where I'm manageable. Does this work? And, they're going to say yes. Oh, I think the most important thing is breathe. Your body needs oxygen. Seriously. The body needs time to catch up with what the brain is doing. You ever notice that maybe you are headed to a doctor's appointment, or you're headed to a meeting, or you're headed to a run or a workout or to meet new people, and your brain is going so fast, so your breath also, your breathing is quick and your heart rate's quick. If you slow down your breathing, your body catches up to that. It knows that you're trying to relax it. So just take a deep breath and say, let's just get through this first mile. Let's just get through these first couple minutes. Let's just start the project, start the meeting, and then we'll see what happens. So listen, if you're in a tough season, maybe you're trying something new, maybe you're just feeling stuck in your head, never trust the first mile. It is never telling you the truth about what you're capable of. The beginning of anything is always harder than it should be or will be. The magic is staying with it. Just stay with it. You're allowed to feel awful at the start. I promise you. Everything I do, I'm like, ugh, why? And you're allowed to hate it for a bit. Hate's a strong word, but we'll throw that in there. You might just be like, oh, why did I sign up for this? But keep going. Keep going. That second mile is on its way. It's on its way. And you can't get to the second mile without going through the first. Keep pushing. You got this. Talk to you next time.